A very good morning to everyone. In this class, we are going to learn the continuation of the chapter beginning of the British rule. So in the previous classes, we have seen already how Britishers entered the India. So the Portuguese made the way to come to India, and all the other Britishers came for India for trading. So all these things we have learned in the previous chapter. And in this class, let's learn how they got permission from the Mughal Emperor and how they started the English East India Company. So as we have seen already how the Britishers came, the Portuguese only led the way by finding a new sea route to India, Asian countries, and they set up a factory in Cochin and Goa. So later they got a huge profit in India. Already we have seen. So what they did, the success of the Portuguese have tickled the other traders from other part of the world. So from many countries like Holland, France, Britain, all the traders came to India to trade. So this is how the English East India Company started. And the East India companies, the English merchants, have formed the English East India Company in the year 1600, mean 1600, under the authority of Queen Elizabeth. And it was set up to conduct only the trade in India. So in the year 1615, the Mughal Emperor Jahangir allowed the English East India Company to set up their first factory, mean the trading post, in Surat. So this allowed the English East India Company to carry out trade within the Mughal territories. So this is how they got the permission from the Mughal Emperor Jahangir to set up their factory in Surat, and they were trading within the Mughal territory. So after this, in 1623, they have set up their trading companies in Surat, Bhuj, Ahmedabad and Agra. So in many places they started setting their factories. So after setting their factories, they also fortified their trading centers. They strengthened, they made stronger. Fortified means making strengthened, making stronger. So this included where means the Fort William in Calicut, which is now the Calcutta, which is now called as Kolkata, and St. George Fort, which is in Chennai, and a fort at Bombay. So they strengthened all their factories. And here we can see the sketch of British settlements, which is called as the St. George Fort in Chennai. So after setting their factories, what happened means they started fighting against to control the India. So what led them to control India? What led them to start the war? Let's see here. And before that, the EELC was first known as the Company of Merchants. Okay, it is called as the Company of Merchants of London, trading with the East Indies. So after that only they named it as EEIC, mean the English East India Company. Okay, now let's see wars fought to gain control of India. How the wars started. So after setting up factories, the next aim of the British was to gain complete control over trade by annexing more territories in India. What does mean by annexing? To take control of a particular region by force. Okay, so they started to control the territories. To achieve this, what they did? They fought numerous wars. So some they fought against the European companies, European rivals, and which is in India, such as French, Dutch and Portuguese, because they were very much competition to the British, right? So they started fighting, they started conducting wars against their trading companies, and in other wars they started against the small kingdoms in India, against the rulers of India. The small kings are there, right? So against them they started fighting. And the Carnatic War. So what is the Carnatic War? the war which happened, the three wars which has happened between the years 1746 and 1766. It is called as the Carnatic War, which is held by the EIC, and also the French government has joined with them. So both the French government and British government want to gain the greater control over the trade in India. So by trade, they should have a control in India. Whatever they fix the rate, that thing only it should be given and taken by the people. Okay, Indian rulers also joined these wars to further their own cause and defeat their rivals. Rivals mean the competitors, right? So those who are competing with the Indian rulers. So that some Indian rulers also joined with the Britishers for their own cause. So finally, what happened? EIC gained the advantage over the trade in India. So finally, Britishers have won the wars. And here the battles over Bengal. So the next two wars against the Bengal. So the battles fought in Bengal was very important, as Bengal was one of the richest provinces in India at the time. So in that beginning of the EIC company, the Bengal was the richest place, and they can trade many things in Bengal. So this is how the Battle of Plassey started in the year 1756. Do you know why this war started? Here the Britishers have misused the privileges. Privileges means salugai. Okay, so they will give some exemption, right? So they misused that. So and also they are not paying their duty, means that taxed. So they misused the privileges, and also they didn't pay the duty which is given by them from the former Nawabs. Okay, and also they started building their army and expanding their base at Calcutta. So even this was not permitted by the Nawab of Bengal, okay, who is called as Siraj-ud-Dowlah. Okay, so he didn't give permission for all these things. So they started war, and the Britishers won the battle. They emerged the victorious against the Siraj-ud-Dowlah, and he was captured and put into death. And instead of him, Mir Jafar was made as the ruler of Bengal. So after Battle of Plassey, Battle of Buxar comes here in few years, in the year 1764, which was broke out between the Nawab of Bengal, Mir Qasim, and the East India Company. So even here the East India Company, what they did means, after the Battle of Plassey's victory, they got many number of privileges from the new Nawab, okay, who is the Mir Jafar. They got many new privileges from him. Okay, Mir Qasim, the company's official, often misused the privileges and reduced the income of province of Bengal. So they didn't give proper payment to the workers, and they misused many privileges, and this led to the war. And due to this, Mir Qasim declared the war against the company. So even now, what happened? He was supported in this war by the Nawab of Awadh, Shuja-ud-Dowlah, and the Mughal emperors Shah Alam II. Even then, the Britishers only won the battle again. So this is how the two battles have gone. So the first was they have conducted was against the other companies itself, and the next war was Battle of Battle of Plassey and the Battle of Buxar, which are the battles of Bengal. So these are called as Carnatic Wars. So in the upcoming classes, let's see what happened after this war, how we got the freedom from them. I hope this class will be very, very helpful to you. Kindly go through the class and learn whatever we have thought today. Thank you, kids.